Hey folks, Coach Patrick here from Endurance Nation, home of the world's largest and fastest online triathlon team. My name is Coach Patrick, and I'm going to be talking to you today about what it means to redefine your training in the winter. Um, Before I dive in, I want to point out one or two key things about Endurance Nation, which is exactly what you're going to see in this video. Which is, this is how we coach, this is how we train. I reach out to you, I give you information, I share best practices, information, and knowledge from the team. I give them to you on your phone, your tablet, your laptop computer, whatever it may be, and you take that information and then apply it to your own training, working with me or Coach Rich or your teammates along the way to make the most sense of what the advice is and making sure that your training is as effective as possible. Okay, so without further ado, out-season training. What the heck is this out-season thing that I'm talking about? Well, quite frankly, I'm surprised you haven't heard about it. We started it back in 2007, the transition period between 2007 and 2008, as a tool to engage our athletes in those critical winter months when most people tend to shut it down. If you look around you, if you've got a triathlon team in your neighborhood or people that you normally train with, what you'll find in the winter is that triathletes fill their time with different types of training. They might be, pulling in a fall marathon for fun, because that's what triathletes do, right? Have fun with a marathon. They might be doing some running relay races. They might pick up things like CrossFit or yoga or cross-country skiing, skate skiing, who knows what it is. There's lots of other activities that you can do to stay fit, stay active. The problem is that the majority of these athletes are the same people who show up in March, April, and May and say, this is going to be my year. I'm going to be awesome. I'm going to kill it. Well, it's hard to have an awesome year, that year that you want to have in May, if from November until April, you don't really do anything related to your racing and training. You've effectively taken 6 months away from your sport, shown back up to your sport and saying, now I'm really ready to kill it. I want to be a better cyclist. I spent 6 months deadlifting. Now I'm ready to be an awesome cyclist. What do you think the people who are awesome cyclists doing? They're riding every day, right? So inside Endurance Nation, we try and focus more on the return investment of your training. Look, I still want you to have fun. If you want to skate ski, skate ski. You want to ski, ski, ski. You want to snowmobile? Do it. Just not on the lake and crazy dangerous, all right? Go ahead, do cool stuff with your fitness and have fun. But if you're one of those people who really wants to have those results in the following year, then your next year starts this year, okay? And we start this year with the out-season training program. We take the volume out of your training program. First thing we do is we take something away, and we take the volume away. Look, in season, you're already doing long bike rides, long runs, long swims. I don't need you doing that in the winter as well. Your body is craving a different training stimulus. And believe me, your brain is too. So in the out-season training period, we will have you training between 6 to 8 hours a week. That is it, 6 to 8 hours a week. That is less than most of you work at the office in a given day. Now, some of you may be overachievers, but that's less than the average American works in their office in a day. Take out pee breaks, coffee breaks, whatever other breaks you take. That's it, okay? And you get all of that work done in a very focused and diligent manner. It's designed to build you from week to week with critical tests along the way, so that when you exit the out season, your fitness on the run and the bike is phenomenally different than when you entered, okay? Typically, it takes between 4 to 6 weeks for people to match their fitness from the previous year, and then they have the remaining time to build new fitness that they'll carry into their upcoming season. And the best part is, this fitness that you're building, super high-end threshold strength on the bike and the run, is fitness that translates very well into the volume-oriented training that you'll be doing across the season. Even better, it complements that work, having the strength in the winter and then adding the volume in the spring and summer when the race season comes. Now, the way that we think about redefining triathlon training in the winter is a couple key things. Number one, like I said, we take volume out. Number two, what we do is we don't think about cold weather as your limiter. I think about time as your limiter. In the wintertime, sun, you have less daylight, right? The sun goes down in the middle of my soccer practice, apparently. Poor kids were playing soccer in the dark. I should have thought of that. But it also comes up later. It's also cold. It's more challenging. It requires you to do more work. For those of you who don't have the benefit of a trainer or a treadmill at home, you've got to travel places. Now you've got to go to the gym. Instead of working out of your house, now you've got to go somewhere to work out to come back. All of that adds more friction, more time. And that friction and time becomes more costly for two reasons. One, like I said, is logistics, just cold weather. Just who wants to get up at 5 when it's 30 degrees outside, right? But number two is the quality of your workout. You are forcing that workout in a period of time when you really don't need to be working out. If you're doing a 3-hour, 4-hour zone 1 trainer ride, watching college football on Saturday, sprinting every time somebody says touchdown or they show a cheerleader, that's a fun activity to do, I guess, but it really has no direct impact what you're doing to build your fitness or on those upcoming races in your next season. But also there's a really high mental cost to that workout because you're making yourself do it. You don't realize it, right? This is the kind of mental cost that shows up in April, May, June, when I'm trying to talk to you about racing and you just want to throw your bike into the trash can because you're so done with the work. Okay, so don't make those decisions now that seem low cost but really are really adding up. So instead of focusing on workouts that are like your race season, even though you're not racing for another 9 months, let's put your workouts in a box where they're related directly to moving that little widget just 2%, 3%, 4% each week, just like everybody else on the team that you're checking with online. And then you're going to check that at the end of each critical phase of the out season with a functional strength test. And then we take those numbers and we drive them directly in your season. Okay? And then finally, one of the key things I think about winter training is just how important it is to have a life outside of triathlon. Even if you are a crazy focused, hardworking, over-the-top triathlete who puts in 25 hours a week, and there are those of you out there listening now who do that. You spend 25 hours a week training. Okay, there's only 24 hours in a day. Say you train 25 hours a week. That's one day. There's 6 other days in a week, right? 6 times 24, 144 hours in the rest of your week. That involve you, that involve life, that involve rest, recovery, family, etc. In the fall and the winter here in the U.S. is a very family-oriented time from occasions like Halloween and walking around and getting dressed up and going to parties, to Thanksgiving, getting together, celebrating with our family, to Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the holidays that happen in the December time frame, and then the New Year. There's a lot of travel. There's a lot of friction. The end of year things do. You've got quotas. You've got TPS reports. Just tons and tons of friction at this time of year. And if you are continuing to add additional stuff onto your training this time of year, you're really going to feel that rub. You're really going to feel that friction. And again, it's going to come back and bite you later. And worst part is that the fitness that you have after all of that training doesn't really complement what you're doing. Now, there's a time and a place for taking a break. And there's a time and a place for doing cool stuff with your fitness. But a lot of that can be integrated into a comprehensive triathlon plan, what we like to call our triathlon season roadmap, of which the out season is the most critical part. When people come to me and say, but my first half Ironman is in February, or I'm doing San Juan or Puerto Rico, and it's April, I can't do the full out season. We still make the full out season happen. It's that important. I would rather cut down your 12-week race prep training for a full distance race and have you do a complete out season instead on the front end of your year, because that's how important that fitness is. As you're thinking about your next year, I really want you to think long and hard about the out season and think about Endurance Nation. You can come inside, you can create a free trial membership for 7 days, get your triathlon season roadmap from Coach Rich, talk to me, Coach Patrick, all before you've paid us any money, explore the team, join in some of our fall and winter challenges to have some fun, build some fitness, build some camaraderie, and then start setting your sights on 2015 and having a fantastic year with us, whether you're our camps, our key races, or just training and racing alongside the team. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I really hope you're going to think differently about your winter training this season. If you have questions or comments, head over to Facebook. You can put them up there on facebook.com/Endurance Nation or on Twitter, twitter.com/TeamEN. Thanks so much, folks. I look forward to seeing you guys online or at the races.